What if I told you that with just $500 a month, you could live not just comfortably, but like royalty? No more overpriced rent draining your paycheck. No more endless stress over bills. Instead, imagine waking up to the sound of ocean waves crashing just beyond your balcony, wandering through markets bursting with color and spice, and getting world-class healthcare so cheap you'll check the receipt twice just to make sure it's not a typo. This isn't fantasy. These are real places, hidden gems, where your dollar doesn't just stretch, it flies first class. Whether you're a retiree dreaming of a peaceful paradise, a digital nomad chasing freedom with a laptop, or an adventurer who refuses to settle for ordinary, this countdown is your map to a brand new life. And trust me, number one on this list, it's the ultimate jackpot. But before we dive in, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next country that could completely change your future. All right, buckle up. Let's dive into the top 5 affordable paradises, counting down all the way to the ultimate destination at 1. 5. Tunisia. Mediterranean magic on a budget picture. This you're sitting at a rooftop cafe in the heart of Tunis, a steaming glass of mint tea for just 50 cents in your hand, the sparkling Mediterranean stretching out in the distance. A salty breeze drifts across your face, the streets below hum with life, and all you need to do is take a sip and think. Life doesn't have to be complicated to be beautiful. In Tunisia, $500 a month suddenly becomes the key to an entirely new lifestyle. A cozy one-bedroom apartment right in Tunis, or the seaside city of Sousse, costs only $200 to $300 per month. Want something more upscale? It's still a bargain compared to rent back home. Dining out is where the magic really happens. A plate of traditional couscous served with grilled fish and a fresh salad costs just $2 to $4. Each week, less than $30 fills your basket with vegetables, bread, and seafood from local markets, overflowing with color and flavor. Even your utilities, electricity, water, and internet hover between just $60 and $90 per month. Getting around. It couldn't be easier or cheaper. Buses and metros run for 30 to 50 cents a ride, and a taxi across town sets you back only $2 to $5. With that kind of freedom, you'll be strolling through spice markets bursting with aromas. Cinnamon, turmeric, cumin mixing into an unforgettable perfume of the city. And when it comes to visas, no stress at all. Most Western travelers get 90 days on arrival, and extending your stay is straightforward. Enough time to settle in and enjoy without a rush. But Tunisia isn't just about low costs. It's the blend of ancient Roman ruins, intricate Islamic architecture, and the heartfelt hospitality of locals. Flash a smile while passing a spice shop, and chances are you'll be invited to sit down and share a cup of mint tea free of charge just because. Tunisia isn't just a place to live cheaply. It's a place to slow down, to savor life, where every single day comes with a new flavor. So here's the question: could this Mediterranean gem be your budget seaside escape? 4. Bolivia. A hidden gem of value and views. Imagine yourself gliding high above the city of La Paz in a colorful cable car, just 50 cents for the ride, while the snow-capped Andes mountains stretch endlessly on the horizon. Down below, the city buzzes with energy. Up here, you feel like you're floating through a painting. In Bolivia, $500 a month doesn't just cover your basics, it buys you an entirely new lifestyle. A one-bedroom apartment in the mild valleys of Cochabamba or Tarija rents for only $180 to $250 per month. These towns are peaceful, safe, and wrapped in mountain scenery that feels like a permanent retreat. Food here is a daily joy. Picture this: a steaming cup of apai, a warm spiced corn drink paired with a golden pastel pastry. The cost less than $1. Head to the markets, and for about $25 a week, you'll walk away with baskets of fresh grapes, creamy local cheeses, and vibrant produce that could rival any European delicatessen. Healthcare is almost shockingly affordable. A checkup at a private clinic in Santa Cruz or Cochabamba costs just $15, with doctors often trained abroad and eager to help. For retirees or long-term expats, residency is within reach if you can show about $800 in monthly income, making Bolivia one of the most accessible South American countries for those seeking stability. Transportation is part of the adventure. Long-distance buses crossing valleys and mountains run just $5, making weekend escapes effortless. And within La Paz, that iconic cable car system isn't just a novelty, it's your daily commute with jaw-dropping views, all for pocket change. But the real heartbeat of Bolivia lies in its culture. Every year, cities erupt with carnivals of dazzling costumes, fiery dances, and contagious music where everyone is welcome to join. Down south in Tunisia, the country's wine capital, afternoons slip by slowly, with a glass of robust local red bottles, so affordable you might start wondering why you ever paid $20 back home. The expat community here may be small, but it's tight-knit, bound together by a shared love for Bolivia's authenticity and slower rhythm of life. Living here feels like a constant discovery, breathtaking landscapes, low costs, and traditions that invite you in rather than push you away. And now, from the heights of the Andes, let's glide over to Southeast Asia, where tropical beaches, bustling, lantern-lit streets, and unforgettable flavors await. 3. Vietnam. Lanterns. Flavors and beachside bliss. Picture this: you're wandering the lantern-lit streets of Hoi An's ancient town. Paper lanterns glow in shades of red, gold, and green, their reflections dancing across the river. You stop at a street stall where a steaming bowl of faux-rich broth, tender noodles, fragrant herbs costs just $1.50. You take that first sip, and suddenly you realize life here tastes different. In Vietnam, your $500 stretches far beyond survival. A comfortable one-bedroom apartment in Da Nang or Hoi An rents for just $200 to $300 per month, often within walking distance of the beach or the bustling old quarter. Dining out is a daily adventure. A plate of savory noodles or grilled pork rice costs between $1 and $3, while a week's worth of groceries, fresh dragon fruit rice, vegetables, herbs, totals just $20 to $25. Healthcare is equally wallet-friendly. A private doctor visit in Da Nang or Ho Chi Minh City averages $25 with same-day appointments common. Getting around is effortless. A grab ride across town, $50 cents. Prefer your own wheels. Renting a motorbike for a month sets you back about $30. Imagine zipping past emerald rice paddies, palm trees swaying overhead as you chase the sunset toward the coast. Visas are refreshingly simple. Most travelers can stay for 3 months at a time, with extensions costing only $25 to $30. That's months of exploration without the bureaucratic headache. But what makes Vietnam truly unforgettable is the culture. The Mid-Autumn Festival lights up streets with lion dances and mooncakes, while in the Mekong Delta, floating markets buzz at sunrise as vendors trade fruit and flowers from wooden boats. And through it all, a thriving expat community, digital nomads, retirees, wanderers, welcomes newcomers with open arms, sharing tips, stories, and friendships over cups of strong iced coffee. Vietnam is where affordability meets vibrancy, where every day feels like a new chapter. Whether you're hiking Marble Mountains, cruising Halong Bay, or simply sitting in a cafe watching life flow by, like the Mekong River itself. Which leads us to the big question: could you see yourself sipping coffee by the Mekong and calling Vietnam home too? Mexico. a fiesta of flavor and freedom. Close your eyes and picture this, the hillside city of Guanajuato, where pastel-colored houses tumble down cobblestone streets like a watercolor painting. The air is alive with the strum of guitars and the voices of mariachi bands playing under the moonlight. You're sitting in a plaza sipping hot chocolate laced with cinnamon, just $1 a cup, and you can't help but wonder, how could life back home ever compare? In Mexico, your $500 buys you more than comfort, it buys you richness of culture. A one-bedroom apartment in cities like Guanajuato, Puebla, or Oaxaca runs $250 to $300 per month, often with balconies overlooking historic streets. Eating out feels like a celebration every day. Street vendors hand you steaming tamales for $1.50, while weekly grocery runs set you back just $25 to $30. Add fresh papayas, handmade tortillas, and juicy pork cuts, and suddenly cooking at home feels like a feast. And when it comes to healthcare, private doctors often charge just $20 per visit, many offering same-day appointments. Residency Mexico makes it refreshingly straightforward. If you can show a monthly income of about $1,600, you qualify for temporary residency, opening the door to years of affordable living in one of the most vibrant countries on earth. But the true heart of Mexico beats in its traditions. Every autumn, the streets glow with candles and marigolds during Dia de los Muertos, a festival where families celebrate and honor loved ones with music, food, and altars bursting with color. In Oaxaca, the food scene is nothing short of divine. Think smoky mole sauces, handmade chocolate, and mezcal sipped slowly under the stars. And if the coast is calling, the Riviera Maya's turquoise beaches await, where hammocks sway between palm trees and sunsets paint the sky in fiery shades of red and orange. Life here is joyful, affordable, and unapologetically full of flavor. Every corner holds music, every meal tells a story, and every day feels like you've stepped into a celebration. Which leaves just one question. If tacos and sunsets are your vibe, is Mexico calling your name? 1. Georgia, where Europe meets Asia and life feels complete. Picture this, Tbilisi at night. The old town glows in soft golden light, cobblestone alleys alive with music and laughter. A waiter sets down a glass of deep red wine, Georgia's famous vintage poured generously, the price tag less than $10, and that includes a bubbling plate of khachapuri cheese-filled bread fresh from the oven. Here in Georgia, $500 a month doesn't just keep you afloat. It gives you a front-row seat to a lifestyle that blends the best of East and West. In the capital city of Tbilisi, a one-bedroom apartment rents for just $200 to $300. Down by the Black Sea in Batumi, you can find homes for $150 to $250 a month, often with balconies overlooking the water or the mountains. Groceries are a joy: pomegranates, walnuts, herbs, fresh cheeses, all for $25 to $40 per week. Healthcare is another pleasant surprise. A private clinic visit costs just $20 to $30, with modern facilities and attentive care. Getting around is effortless. The metro in Tbilisi costs only 20 cents. Taxis rarely go above $3, and scenic trains through the Caucasus. Just $5 for a ride that feels more like a national park tour than public transport. And visas. Georgia is one of the most welcoming countries in the world. Citizens from many nations can stay for an entire year visa-free, and extensions are simple. That means you can truly settle in without the stress of paperwork. But what makes Georgia unforgettable isn't just numbers, it's the spirit of the place. Imagine being invited to a traditional supra, a Georgian feast where food never stops coming and wine flows freely. The host raises a toast, not just once, but over and over, each one a heartfelt blessing for health, friendship, and life itself. Locals here are famous for their hospitality. They don't just welcome you, they make you feel like family. And the backdrop: the mighty Caucasus Mountains tower above alpine valleys, while Tbilisi itself hums with old-world charm and modern creativity. It's a place where Europe and Asia collide not in conflict, but in harmony, blending cultures, cuisines, and traditions into something uniquely Georgian. That's why Georgia takes the one spot. It's the perfect balance: low-cost, easy visas, jaw-dropping landscapes, a vibrant expat community, and a culture that celebrates life every single day. So here's the ultimate question. Georgia isn't just a country, it's a lifestyle. Would you dare to make it your one? We started this journey with just one simple question. What could $500 a month really buy you? And the answer turned out to be so much bigger than rent or groceries. It buys you freedom. It buys you stories. It buys you a life filled with colors, flavors, and friendships you never thought possible. From the spice markets of Tunisia, to the mountain heights of Bolivia, to lanterns glowing in Vietnam, to the fiestas of Mexico, and finally, to the wine-soaked toasts of Georgia, each country proves that happiness doesn't come with a big paycheck. It comes with choosing the right place to live your story. So maybe it's time to stop asking, "Can I afford this life?" and start asking, "Where do I want my next chapter to begin?" Tell me in the comments which country speaks to your soul first, and remember, like, subscribe, and hit that bell, because the next video might just show you the passport to the life you've been waiting for.